The voice in your head has a direct connection to your mother, and the boundaries you have towards other people and places or yourself has a direct connection to your father. And if those areas remain unseen, you might struggle with low self-worth, not speaking your truth, or even people-pleasing and procrastination. Today's video is about the mother and the father wound. We have already talked about these topics in several videos. This video is for all the ladies that have already started healing and that feel more wholeness and are in an integration phase. You might find yourself in a totally new relationship with your mother or your father, or even no contact. We're going to talk about what it means to actually be being healed, how to know that you're healed, and how does it in the relationship to reparenting work. If you're new here, my name is Jana, and this channel is all about nervous system healing, feminine energy, and living a more conscious life. And when I don't do YouTube videos, we usually do retreats with my husband together. It's about healing and integration. And this channel is especially an extension of that work, where I share everything about my life and what have helped me, and also my previous experience as a personal trainer. So welcome, and this is part 5 of the free course here on YouTube, Nervous System Healing and Reparenting. If you haven't watched the other parts, you can go back and find each videos in a playlist, so check them out. I want you to see it like that. When you have a wound, the space on the wound, it's open, right? So it's very vulnerable. That's how you know something is being touched. It's open, it's vulnerable. And it's the same with psychological or emotional pain. When there is a wound and it's being touched, so the trigger, you feel that, you react. With healing, with the mother wound and the father wound, there will be a scar. And you will notice that because old triggers don't trigger you anymore. You become more whole. So the scar on your body means I am whole now. There's nothing that I need anymore from the outside that would heal me, that would make me whole. I am whole now. It's like a band-aid on the scar, which can you see as reparenting. You give yourself what your parents couldn't give you. If you were craving the love and attention of your father, like, oh honey, I'm so proud of you, that's what you're telling yourself. But here comes the twist. Just because there is a scar, it doesn't mean that you as an adult child doesn't miss or need your parents, because they will always be part of your life. Yes, I have healed my mother and my father wound. And yes, I also do think about them. And I sometimes think about the relationship I would love to have, because I'm so aware, because I'm so conscious about it, it hurts. I would love that my mother would just call me out of nowhere and ask, how are you really doing? I really want to know, how are you? But I also understand that there is not the capacity. I also understand my father does not have the comprehensionship in himself to do that emotionally. So I want you to be aware both things can exist at the same time. The fact that you are healed, you're evolving from that, and at the same time you're an adult child, you're not a child anymore, you're doing the reparenting, but you're still human. You're still feeling those feelings, those desires, which is beautiful and natural. So don't think you're not allowed to have these needs. You're not allowed to crave that. No, it's beautiful. With reparenting, you are coming back to your power, where you are telling yourself, they cannot give me that. They couldn't give it to me for 30, 40 years. But I'm giving that to myself, and I'm gonna create relationship with people, with friends, with my partner that are so uplifting and so fulfilling that it's okay. I can meet them there where they are. That means healed. Otherwise, you will stay in that childlike version and you will always try, my mother needs to do this, my father couldn't do that. No, you stop doing that, you let it be. The scarf is healed. You don't touch that anymore. What the scarf needs is now gentle touching. The scarf needs massages, being touched, being held by yourself. Honor that within yourself. The work is reflected back to you when you're honoring yourself. The scarf will always be there. The scarf is a part of your life now. It is a part of your story. It doesn't define you. Remember that you are free from that. You're free from the pain of your father and also your mother. Another thing I want to share with you, I have shared this book in other videos, Emotionally Immature Parents, How to Forgive Them, which is based on the book from Lindsay Gibson. And I want to tell you something, a personal story. How do you heal the father and the mother wound fully? There is an exercise which will bring you to clarity. Clarity and awareness helps us to change. In order for you to know what you want, you first have to see what you don't want. And I am pretty sure if you do this exercise, write down your core values, you will see you became everything your parents weren't. You were drawn to values that most likely your parents did not embody. You are becoming that for yourself, what you needed. That means reparenting is really working within yourself. I had no boundaries. My relationship to other people, to places, I didn't even know what were boundaries. I didn't hear about the words because my father never taught me that. I had a very challenging childhood with that because of an emotionally absent father. And with this exercise, you become clarity. You will see who you are through those values. You become more whole because you know who you are. Now you know who you are in the absence of your mother and your father. You are completed within yourself. That means whatever they do or don't do, it doesn't have an effect on your self-worth. But in order for you to get there, you need to see the good side. Ask yourself, actually, because of the pain you went through, because you said, you know what, I'm going to feel that, I'm going to nurture that, I'm going to do therapy, I'm going to love myself so hard, I treat myself so well, I learn boundaries to express myself, be patient with life, only going to have friends that are the same. You will become the home and the place that you've always looked for. And that starts with you. And for that, you need the self-reflection and the healing and to go deeper into your own psyche, into your shadows. To tell yourself, I'm worth it. And everything else will fall into place from that. Another part is self-care. And self-care is not, okay, I do my shower, I do my nails. It's more than that. When you take care of you from the perspective of, I'm lovable, I'm worthy, I get to do these things because I'm alive. I move my body because I love my body. I nurture my body with good food. I get to know myself. What type of digestion do I have? What is my body actually telling me? You are telling yourself, I take care of myself because I love myself, not because I have to. Do you see the difference? If you come from an environment like I did, sometimes the energy of my parents were like, we have to get the job done. I'm not saying they said that, but energetically I could feel that. Energetically I could feel this, oh, now we have to take care again. Do you see the difference? That it's just a task that has to be done. And it's the same with yourself. If you treat your self-care, your nails, your hair, everything you do just as a task to get done, it's the same. You do it the same to yourself like your parents did. But if you make a ritual out of it and nurture yourself and love yourself, you will feel soothed and thin and just feeling so loved within your own body. Become aware of that. If you want to go deeper, I created this beautiful father wound workbook, which is from the beginning till the end. It starts with becoming aware of your father wound, working through it, and then really at the end, integration and bringing this new value into your life. You can find the link in the info box. Then I saw this interview from Lindsay Gibson. I mentioned her before in this video, Emotionally Immature Parents, How to Forgive Them. And she talks about that the parent that is emotionally immature, when you go to that parent, I'm going to give an example. I went to my mother and I told her what I want. I told her, look, I'm an adult now and I want a relationship with my mother that is deep, nurturing, where I can speak my truth and that we see each other, like truly seeing each other. I said that like directly like that. Even with the awareness, she might not understand what I'm saying. I did that for myself because I needed her to give her the opportunity to be aware of that. Her reaction was more like, I never asked myself what I wanted to have for a relationship with my mother. I just had one. And I said, yeah, exactly. But I'm an adult now and I can say what I want and how I want a relationship. And I have my needs and I want to share that with you. I'm not just passive in a relationship. And there was this part of Lindsay Gibson, I'm going to put it into, where she explained that in a psychological explanation, the emotionally immature parent cannot comprehend this emotional depth because in some kind of way they stopped to develop that. And it makes so much sense for me because when you came from an environment where surviving was more important than emotional depth and needs, you are in survival and not in creation. There is an explanation why your parents cannot fully comprehend what you want from them. And it's not that there's something wrong with you, it's more from the understanding that they might have stayed in some kind of developing stage in their life.
For the emotionally immature person, reality is really pretty optional. Meaning that if I'm an emotionally immature person, I'm going to interpret life through the lens of how it makes me feel. So if you say to me, and I'm an emotionally immature parent, Mom, I don't want you stopping by without calling first. Okay, to me, that feels like I've been slapped. That feels like I'm not loved. And so I might say something like, oh, well, I must just be the worst mother ever if I can't stop by to see my own daughter. Okay, which makes you crazy because that's not at all what you said. And that's not at all what you meant. But because of the egocentrism and because of that emotional way of interpreting reality, what I feel is what I know to be true.
They cannot comprehend the emotional depth you want from them. It is something they did not develop. That's why it's so challenging for them when you come to them and speak openly and emotionally what you want, because that was never done to them. With that awareness, I could let go a little bit more. When you're in this stage with your parents now, you want to have a relationship. It's kind of there, it's not really deep, it's more artificial. For me, it doesn't work. I made a decision, I cannot do that. I don't call you for Christmas, I don't call you for your birthday, because it's all artificial for me. If you want to have a relationship with me, there needs to be some depth. If we always stay on the level where you are, it's not fulfilling for me. I know it sounds very harsh, but it's my truth. I don't do it. And with my mother, I shared openly that is a development now, so we kind of see where we are after 1.5 years. I stick to my needs and I give her the possibility to grow into that or not. But either way, I'm going to stay with myself. Either way, I'm gonna stay with my needs, but I give her the opportunity to be part of that because she's still alive and she can make changes if she wants to do them. So I want you to be aware of that when you make the step and you go to your parents and you want to have a relationship now as an adult child, express your needs. Express what you want. Do it for yourself. Speak for your inner child. That's reparenting in the moment. Tell them, if we meet, I want us to meet on eye level. I want you to see me as a whole person, as a being making my own decisions. If not, I cannot meet you because it's not comprehensive for me. I did that with my father. I did that with my mother. It's just inspiration for you because I wanted to give them the opportunity to elevate and to grow, or if not, stay where they are. But at least I told them what I need. I spoke up for myself, and what they do with it is their business. So you always speak up for yourself and not to receive a reaction out of it. Do you see the difference? If you speak up for yourself, it's already done. Whatever comes, whatever or not comes, is none of your business, but you did that for yourself. Remember, a relationship as adults, and now you're an adult and your parents should be too, it takes two conscious decisions, two people that are saying, hey, I like you, I love you, let's do this together, I care about you, I want to give you good energy, but I also want to be honest with you. And for that, the relationship starts with you. When you are the one that's self-reflected, that goes into therapy, that does the inner work, that has strong and truthful conversations, and the other person doesn't, there is always be a disbalance. It's always an energy disbalance. So don't get confused why you feel like sometimes you might talk to a toddler instead of an adult. You're on the right path and you're doing that for yourself. Keep going. Leave a comment, where are you right now in the relationship to your parents? Is it still a new figuring out? Are you already over the here and have integrated some new dynamics, or is it maybe even no contact because you still need that distance? That's what I also had. I needed some extra distance because I had to figure out, who am I actually without them? Who am I when they're not in my life? And I realized I'm whole, I am love. It doesn't matter because nothing can really take my worth away. And when you come to that point, you only have love. You only have love because on the other side, when you move through the pain, you also see, if it wasn't like that, I might not be the person I am right now. I might not even be the person doing YouTube and doing the retreats and doing the healing work, or that I started my previous business as a personal trainer. It was all related to health, to connecting to yourself. And if it wasn't because of that, I don't know where I am right now. Then there comes the turning point where you just have gratitude. It doesn't mean you condone the behavior, but you have empowered from it. I am more than that, and I am worthy. Beautiful soul, I love to see this growth. And if you haven't done so already, follow me on TikTok, where I share more in depth of daily life and routines and nervous system healing. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video.